That's why you're blocked. Blocked.
That's why you're blocked. You're listening to That's Why You're Blocked podcast.
And we're live. Welcome back to That's Why You're Blocked podcast. I'm Carson Bailey.
I'm Chanel Schatz.
All right. Well, happy episode 14.
Yes, we are officially teenagers up in this podcast game. We going off to high school.
Yeah, I mean, we were teenagers last episode, but it's...
Like we're reaching different levels. We're going to high school with new equipment.
That is true. We do have new equipment. I don't know if you guys can hear the difference, but I'm excited.
She's very excited.
Because now we got a soundboard. I'm going to press one of them just because. Y'all are hearing that. And I got headphones, so I'm hearing myself now, and it's very weird. I don't see how you guys can listen to my voice, but I appreciate that you do.
Shout out to the audience.
Shout out to the audience. All right, so let's get into it. So, R.I.P. to house parties.
Yes, y'all. We've been in COVID. At this point, it's coming up on a year.
Such a long year. And the thing is, like, as much as I want to go back out, has anything gotten better? Like, at all?
No. No. It's like every happy announcement is followed by uncertainty. Oh, we got vaccines, but not enough for everyone. Oh, I got shot 1. Shot 2 may take 2 months. Like, it just brings you up and brings you back right back down. Oh, you can go out to eat now. 25% only.
But I mean, just the numbers and all that stuff. Like, nothing's really better. And we still haven't gotten our check.
I never got the first one, so I don't even be relying on the government out here like that.
I just feel like the $600 one, I'm like, was it even worth the processing? Like, that was nothing.
No.
I want the full $2,000. I don't understand why we can't get it. Like,
at the same time.
I'm like, if you could do it, like, you've been able to do it. It's not like something that takes that long. Bitch, it's a button. But, all right, so, as we reminisce about partying and going out, I realized that we kind of chase a high of, like, we have this idea of a really great night, and I don't know if it's realistic.
Well, for me, I really miss going out messages. Like, I miss, like, oh, what you wearing?
I miss that.
Outside?
I miss, like, the being in the loop with moves.
Mm-hmm.
I do miss that.
We used to be in a whole group chat for moves. Well, I think I did. I was in the Howard's group chat. Like,
I just would scour the internet.
Yeah.
We used to put in research for parties.
We really did. Hashtag DMV.
We would
DMV parties.
We would definitely research and try to
follow promoters.
Yes. That was the
thing. Even though they are so annoying.
Yes.
Doing all this promotion. You've been promoting this thing for 3 months. Day of, someone messages you about it. Oh, it's top secret now.
Well, yeah, they don't respond to the message. Like, bro, do your job.
Right.
But have you ever talked to a promoter?
Somewhat. Once. It wasn't a long talking, though.
Me neither.
At all. It was like someone I met out at Howard's homecoming, and he just so happened to be promoter. He was not cute. So I only hit him up if I wanted to go to a party.
I feel it.
And though I think the one party I asked, like, can he get us into? I think I was with our other friend though. He did the same thing where he like did not respond, like day of the party, like all this promotion, all this inviting, personal text message, like you should come to this, and then afterwards,
ghost. I mean, I've been to some things where I'm like, you guys promoted this like crazy. I don't understand why you don't think like people would like your venue's too small. Because I remember when I was at school, it was like a Halloween party that the Kappas were having, and I'm like, you have girls in costumes waiting outside for a long time.
I've seen that a lot at Kappa parties. A lot. Like the pretty, not, was it the Pretty Nasty in college? Well, I mean, that's the Kappa and the Q party. But I definitely recall some parties. You doing all this, you got people, it's a line outside. I shouldn't have to show up early. I'm a girl.
Or I just was like, I'm surrounded by bitches in costumes. I'm in a costume. My friends are in a costume. We're just, and like, we're waiting. Like, you've been promoting this. Y'all have been talking about this.
Did you not think anyone was going to show up?
Like, I'm confused as to why you rented out a small venue to where, like, it's going to get shut down.
But as we were reminiscing, though, let's take it back. So, Our first house party experiences, we'll get to that. But do you remember being like 19, 20 years old? We went out every weekend. Just about. In the summer.
And we really just don't have anything that sticks out. I don't know why we kept going out. But I think a lot of what the pandemic has definitely taught me, a lot of the things I used to like sound disgusting to me. Like those really cramped, packed house parties.
Everyone like sweating.
I'm not saying I like that, but like I remember that was a thing that was cool.
Thing. Yeah,
you
that's
know,
how
like,
you knew like a party was like it's people here, like it's crowded. You know,
disgusting thinking about it now.
The Kool-Aid that would be in the storage bin tub. Take a cup.
Disgusting.
It
wasn't safe then.
Party, no, it was never safe. My favorite house party memories: taking that red Solo cup,
scoop
all up in. You don't know what the hell is in it. It's just jungle juice,
which is we don't recommend. To our younger viewers.
I recommend.
Or older viewers. Just you gotta be careful.
Yeah, it'll sneak up on you.
Hopefully. I've had some stuff where I'm like, this shit's weak. But
it's juice.
Legit.
So I used to work at a store and I would get off work around 10. I would be here at Carson's house by 10:30. We would be heading out to DC. Not even like around the corner. We will be making a move that's
but
25.
I was like, DC's
about
not that
25
bad.
to 30. But that's not including trying to find parking.
It was foolishness.
We would get there after 11, so you have to pay.
We would pay to stand at a club, and then I don't think we were... One, we weren't 21, so we were limited the places we could go.
Right.
So we ended up, what's that damn place called with the different
Ultra
levels?
Bar.
Girl, I don't know.
Ultra Bar.
I feel like I would look at like the people at Ultra Bar at a certain point. I'm like, you know what? I'm above this. I think I went one time after I turned 21.
Oh yeah, I would never go after.
And I'm like,
21.
this bitch got on workout leggings. There's just not the environment
to a
for
club?
me. Yeah,
Ooh,
but like
basic.
that's also we'll get more into that in our club episode.
Yeah, the different levels. We'll get to that, all that. But yes, it's so funny how now like the things that we used to do, going out at 11 p.m., 12 a.m. at night was normal. Psh. Now,
I think that also is kind of like indicative of the college environment.
that's true. Things don't pop off until at least 10.
11, 12, and that's not bad. Because I remember we would come home from school. I'm like, I could be out late, but I'm not trying to leave my parents' house after a certain point. Like, if I'm already out and I don't come back so late, that's different. But yeah, now, if you don't, give me 3 to 5 business days about a move, it might not happen. I think I did recently try to do something kind of last minute. And I was like, ooh, I can't do this anymore. I'm too old.
Can't
My bones are frigid.
Can't throw them back like I used to. If we go out Friday night, don't look for me Saturday.
Yeah, is. It honestly, don't even look for me the following week either.
Let's try brunch.
Yeah, I need to
That's
recuperate.
kinda where I'm at.
I think that's
try
another
brunch.
thing you learn. Brunch and like day drinking is the superior.
It really is. You can go ahead, get all that out. You can still take a nap. You can still function the next morning.
Yep.
I can definitely recall some times where you go out, you get drunk. Because we say this all the time. Like, I drink to get drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe bad, but I'm not drinking. You know how many wasted calories that is? At least if something should happen.
Get an effect. I used to like be out till like 2 something and be at work at 6.
Foolishness.
And work like a full, like be at work for hours.
During homecoming week, I recall going to house parties and getting in at like 2, 3 a.m., 8 o'clock class in the morning. Foolishness. Complaining to the university about why they haven't canceled classes.
And just like I said, class, work, you would do that. Like, I don't know if you ever gone out on like Thirsty Thursdays during school. So I rarely did it, but I just know I used to go out and then go work the next day in the morning.
Craziness. Foolishness.
Like, but as you know now, we're a little too old for that. So you got one night a weekend.
Basically.
And you gotta let me know. If you don't text me by like 7 as like a reassurance what you're wearing or give me some guidance, it's not gonna happen.
Exactly. And that's another thing you gotta coordinate. Okay, so like what are you wearing? How dressed up do we need to be? Carson likes to say that
wear like the same it's just
I be in the church clothes.
It's not church clothes. You say I could wear this to church and work. And I'm like, girl, what church? What job? Could you? I just put on like a little a top in between this or something like that. Girl, bye. But I feel like house parties are definitely my favorite because you just put on a little bit of makeup. You don't gotta do too much. It's chill. I definitely lean more to that in like lounges. But maybe it's because clubs are kind of stupid. It's to me a bad investment unless you're paying a whole bunch of money. Like, as bougie as this, don't invite me unless there's a section. Because if I'm in cute shoes, I'm outfits cute, I don't want to stand and just sway to music. It's like niggas really don't be dancing. It's just it's not my vibe.
I like kickbacks. Like when kickbacks kind of came in, I was like, okay, this is chill. You should listen to the same music that you listen to if you were at the club. You're talking to people. Usually some great conversations happen at kickbacks.
You know.
All of that. Uno, everything going on.
So I definitely like house parties a lot more. All right, so where was your first house party?
My first house party was on campus because, you know, we were boring bitches. Like, the only parties I went to in high school were my own. I had a 16 party and I had a graduation party.
I went to that. It's cool. I just don't think we were as close friends by that point.
I don't think we were either. My birthday's in August, you know. Invitations went out in September. Yeah, so it was definitely in college. It was a basketball kickback house party type of thing. Me and my friends, we went, and these bitches were being scared. They didn't want to ask for no drinks, and I saw the red Solo cups, and I was like, "Mama ain't raised no bitch." Period. So I asked the most non-threatening because they're like giants. I asked the most non-threatening basketball player. I was like, "Hey, can me and my friends have a drink?" And he was like, "Yeah." Of course, you know they want to get the dumbass freshman drunk.
Which, you know, like looking back.
It's very predatory, like you say. Yeah. But hand me some jungle juice. I think that was the first time I ever had jungle juice before. Wow. But I didn't drink a whole lot to like knock me off my ass. Just drink. It was really good.
Oh, okay. So the very first, I had like one or two experiences in high school, but I'll just briefly share. I remember my dad dropped me off to a party for this girl. It was her 16th, and he's like, "Okay, when you go in, if you leave your cup, you just let it go. Like, it's not yours. Don't do that." And I walked in the party, and, like, they're playing Monopoly. I was like, wow, I'm such a fucking loser.
Your dad was going to some serious parties back in his day at 16.
Yes. But my first college house party experience, like I said, was the Alpha House, because that's the only one that fraternity that had a house on campus. And I remember going there, and they were like, "Oh, the drinks are in the kitchen." And so, like, I go in the kitchen. I don't even know, like, jungle juice or any of that type of stuff. So I open up the refrigerator. There's beer. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. Mm-hmm. And there was a guy in there. He's like, "Oh, wow, I didn't know. Do you drink beer?" I'm surprised. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Beer is disgusting. Please
help me. It is disgusting. But I've only tried, like, one or two.
And, like, I wish I liked it because it's so cheap.
It is cheap. I need to be more willing to, because I know the beer that I did try was like the absolute bottom of the barrel, but like it was just so bad that I'm just not interested.
Been to a brewery, doesn't get better.
Really?
Taste wise, doesn't get better.
Interesting.
I didn't like it. My dad said it's an acquired taste, and I just haven't acquired it yet.
Because I like liquor. Yeah. But now, I couldn't do the beer, so I think I had whatever their mixed drink is. And I just remember talking to somebody that also lived in my dorm. Like, I'm not drunk, I'm tipsy. Because I used to, like, getting drunk. I've never been drunk. Like,
I don't think I've ever seen you drunk.
Oh, yes.
But I don't think we've ever been drunk, like, together. We've never been plastered together. We've been high together. We've never been drunk together. You really think about it.
Yeah, we haven't. And that's interesting. But I would like us to both enjoy the night. I feel like for me, a lot of times, I end up being the more sober one.
Probably.
But no, not even, I'm not talking about between you. I'm just talking when I go out with people. Mm-hmm. I'm like, aw. But I remember that getting drunk was a feat. I remember I took a graduation trip right after I graduated high school to Mexico. And I would get like an alcoholic drink and I would drink water. So I just didn't get drunk. Foolishness.
Yeah, serious foolishness for you to pay for the alcohol drinks and then just want water afterwards.
Yeah.
Foolishness. But I would say probably my favorite house parties, because freshman year, house parties were like the thing. Like, I mean, obviously you were limited in clubs, but house parties were the thing. And I remember coming back home from college and going to Howard house parties, which were hilarious and so much fun. And we'll get into one of the more interesting ones, Howard house party, as the story goes on and as we transition into dumb bitch alerts.
Okay.
Or story time. But why don't we talk about a few of our failed attempts?
I feel like saying a few. Most of them are fail. Well, I guess they're not necessarily fails.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're like crackheads chasing a high that we just can't achieve.
Well, okay. Well, has our standards changed? What do you feel like would have been a great night back then? 1920, a great night versus like now, house party wise. I feel like it's
I feel
easier
like
to get what you need out of a house party.
That's true. I think the house parties are better investments. I guess I realized, like, I wouldn't like that now because, like I said, clubs just sound so stupid. I don't know. What do I want? That is the
Let's try to
question.
think back to 1920. What would have been a great move night?
Cute niggas.
Yeah.
And like
No
maybe this
sausage
is
fest.
like just not the area for us or for me.
I think the DMV has some cute niggas. They just don't. I feel like cute niggas know they're cute.
They don't be
know
out.
They have options. They don't. They be with their with their girlfriend, or like they be with their niggas and only their niggas in some secret hideaway club. I don't know.
Because like there has to, because even growing up in my neighborhood, I'm like I thought it was very weird that you really didn't know a lot of people. I'm like, there's kids here, like so many, but like niggas don't come outside.
Well,
and now it's the right thing to do. Stay your ass inside. As much as we want to go out, stay your ass inside.
Yeah, I think when rating moves, it's easier to rate a club move. Because, how much did you pay?
Yeah.
Did you get cute? Like, was the music good? Like, there's so
Were
many
there cute
different
niggas
things.
there?
Yeah, where there's so many things to rate. House party is kind of like you take what you get, you make the most out of it.
Yeah, house parties definitely are just a chiller vibe. And, we enjoy that. You don't have to get as cute. And you play games. I've been trying to play spades for a while.
We learned something from some house parties. One failed attempt I'm thinking about, we learned where tall niggas were in this.
Oh, yeah.
In this county.
Because they're not on the side that we live in. Well, no, there are some, but
and
it seems like
we're trying to be better as far as berating men for things that they can't change.
we are. It's
However,
just we're still a work in progress.
Yes.
Yeah. So that gets back to one of our first stories. So, if you remember, my good friend T from the college days,
Catch me outside.
period. We were both in town, and we were like, let's link up. And so we, Chanel and I, we go out there to the other side of the county, and we're like, oh my God. This
Looking up the whole time.
These were all the tall niggas at.
And T could not understand why we were in like an amusement park.
Because where we're from, when we go to parties around us, there's maybe one or two people, but like almost everybody was like 6-something.
Everyone.
I enjoyed myself. All right, and so of course we're young, and so we end up going to the back of the house because they were trying to have like a twerk contest or something. It was weird.
I mean, once they hit I got the bird flu, I was like, there's got to be something else I could be doing with my time.
So we go sit in the back, and we spark up,
We hit a bong.
You haven't done that. I've done that.
I had
At the
never done
point.
that before.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really smoke in college. Like my first few times of smoking were with you and our other friends.
Which is really interesting because I was still probably like a novice then. I don't do it anymore now, but yeah, I remember that. And so we were chilling on the patio of somebody's mama's house.
And it was actually like a nice area. Like, it was
Yeah.
one of those areas where, people own their homes. Like we were really out.
And then I just remember we were high. I didn't realize how high we were until there was one girl, and she was like, "Oh my God, they shooting! We need to go."
Literally, she sounded like that to me too. They shooting. They said if we don't leave, they about to start shooting.
And the police is coming, and so. Right, but like nobody else was responding.
Nobody moved.
Nobody moved. Nobody responded to her, and so
I
looking
started
back,
to think,
we were.
Was I hearing things? No, because nobody moved.
I believe Shorty, and so in my immediate mind, it's like, bro, I'm too high. All right, focus on getting sober because when the police come, you're gonna have to talk to them.
She was trying to be a party ambassador, y'all.
I was like, all right,
a party
well, no,
representative.
I know, like if they were shooting, they were gonna come and investigate. So I'm like, all right, let's focus on getting sober because we can't be high no more. Yeah, concentrate. That's what
we weren't talking at all. We were independently. Me and Carson were independently having these conversations with ourselves. Go ahead, finish your thoughts, and I'll tell you mine.
Like I said, I was mostly thinking about, all right, when the police come, what am I gonna say? All right, okay, let's get this together. Let's focus. Let's think. What were you thinking?
I was thinking I couldn't get up. I tried. I really did try. Because you know what? At first, I was like, okay, she's obviously not talking. I'm obviously saying things because nobody's moving. And then I'm thinking, well, she keeps saying it. It can't just be me. But I've tried to get up twice now, and I can't. I tried so hard. I tried so hard to get up. I think I remember counting down like 3, 2, 1. Nope. And then I turned to Carson and I was like, I tried to get up. And she turned to me, she's like, I tried to get up too. You're so fucking stupid.
And we were stuck, but I realized, like, now that I'm thinking about it, we were just so quiet.
We were just going through. We were very quiet.
Stuck, but I definitely was like, all right, girl, get it together, because when the police come, you cannot go to jail. And so I was rehearsing conversations in my head, like, all right, officer. So what I heard was blah, blah, blah. And so we went out that way a few different times. Yeah, because remember, that's where we ran into the party when I had my younger sister, and it was all our younger siblings, contemporaries.
Oh, yeah, that was just embarrassing.
I was just kind of like, this is a waste.
Yeah, so we walk up into this party, and we have Carson's younger sister, and she, like, knows everybody up in this party.
And then you ran into some people.
And then I ran into my younger brother's friends. Carson's younger sister and my younger brother are the same age, so they all have the same, friend groups. We're very similar, and I'm just like,
yeah, this is not the move for us.
This is underage move.
But, like, it's not that big of a difference, but it was...
I feel like now it may not have been that big of a difference, but we had just turned 21.
Oh, yeah.
So, seeing all these 19-year-olds trying to get an Ultra Bar, No. I remember Ibiza's, though, but we'll talk about that in our club episode.
Yeah, all right. So, remember that one after, it was around, out that way, those moves on the other side of the county, we came back to IHOP.
Yeah, I do.
All right, so we had another one of our friends there. What shall we call her?
I don't know. I don't think we came up with her name. DC John.
No.
John.
That is not it.
No, it's not it.
You going to say that each time you describe her in the story? No.
DJ?
I mean, she's a lot of names. I'm trying to think of like what's the celebrity or a TV character? Esteban, Julio, Ricardo.
Ramirez.
Yeah. So our good sis Esteban was with us, and she's a pretty funny character. And I remember we were sitting in IHOP, and these old ass men were like, came by, I was like, hey. And so, like, when I mean like old ass men, I mean like AARP old ass men. So they were, I think they tried to holler at us. And like I said, she's really quick on her feet. So she's like, oh, I'm 13. And that old man was like, well, shit, I'm 15. It was so bad.
No shame at all. But okay, so that brings us to another Esteban story, which is a little bit longer. So y'all, we've covered our kind of trilogy in going out, our transition,
our chasing the high.
Basically, our first house parties, a few small failed attempts, and now we're going to get into, I wouldn't even know this isn't really a failed attempt. Honestly, by standards, it wasn't that bad. It was just confusing. It's a story time. It's just a confusing story time.
Well, I feel like our perspectives are different. Like, there was different parts of the night. Because,
that's true.
All right, so it is our good sister's Esteban's birthday, and her mother got her a room.
In D.C.
Yeah, so we were going to go out, so we brought ourselves some club fits, and I remember what I brought, because we'll come back to this.
No, let's talk about it now, because...
I mean, wow.
Let's talk about it now.
All right.
I feel like this is the source of a lot of our failed attempts. Let me just tell you. Go ahead.
I ain't wearing that often. All right, so what happened was I had this top that I bought from, what's that? Like, not Rainbow that used to be in the mall. Charlotte Rouge? No. A store like that?
Rave?
Something.
Wet Seal?
Maybe. One of those.
All of these stores that no longer exist.
All right, it was one of those stores that aren't there anymore. And I bought this green, like, strappy top. And this particular time, I think I had like a black skirt.
It was a black skirt.
And so I'd worn it once or twice when I was at school. And like the time I wore it at school, it wasn't a bad night. I just kind of got like drunk. But nobody, like, I got a little too messed up and nobody really noticed. But And then it's her birthday, so I don't have a lot of club fits because I'm a poor college student. So we packed that up, right? And so I'm saying all this to say that I joked to Chanel that I think that outfit's cursed, and she believed it, and
Still believe it.
she doesn't trust me in the color olive.
At all.
But the thing is, I look good in olive, so
Whoa.
I just know that I'm going to wear it at her wedding day. The next time we go out, when things open
And
back
if
up.
I end up in divorce, I know who I'm blaming.
What?
I already know.
So let's get back to the story. So she, her mom gets her a room, and she also has Patron cupcakes, which just does not, like, even then, I don't know why we thought that was like, ooh, that does not sound good.
I think we were just like, we can drink now.
Liquor.
Yeah, basically.
Because we weren't, at this point, we were 20.
Yeah.
I just turned 20.
Yeah. I was still 19, so yes, we really couldn't drink.
Yeah.
I think we may have gotten a bottle from someone else, though, that weekend.
Yeah, you said you got it from that nigga who shall not be named.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So we were going out. So we had our outfits on, and our good sis Esteban kept talking about this nigga that she really thought was cute and she was liking.
She
and
was going off about this man for hours.
And she was like, you know, she was feeling him and stuff. And so he was meeting us at the hotel.
But it sounded like the way she painted it, she was talking about him a lot, but it sounded like he was feeling her more than she was feeling him. Well, at least I kind of got that vibe from the story. And she was like, yeah, he does this, he does that, but he had not gone to college. So he was someone who went straight into the workforce.
So he didn't drive. Is like just a long story, made short. So he was a construction worker, and he wasn't from this area either. Mm-hmm. All right, so like I said, so they were meeting us at the hotel room. So at this point, you know, we're 3 women sharing a mirror, getting dressed in.
Weren't we?
Yeah.
That's when I bought my first wig, y'all. I was trying to hook it up.
I was rocking my bun that I did a lot.
That's also what made the color combo, you know, toxic. But go ahead.
Oh, the curly bun?
Yes.
Ouch. And the crazy thing, guys, not that you guys can see, but I currently have a curly bun in my hair because I didn't feel like washing my hair. So, yikes. But, all right, so we're chilling or we're getting dressed. At this point, we ate a cupcake. We might have had some of the liquor. And then the guys come, and they're around our age. Yeah. So there was 2 guys. And we were like, all right, well, let's figure out where we're about to go. It's the, you know, it might have been Memorial Day weekend. You know, there's moves. Let's go out to the club. We dressed, we cute and stuff. And the guy's friend was like, oh, I don't have my ID. And
dumb nigga alert.
Ding, 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 ding. We're adding that to the sound pad. Don't worry. As soon as I figure it out. But is there a beep on here? No, that's applause. Wrong one. All right, we'll try it again. Okay, one of them is like a... No, that's laugh track. Damn.
Girl.
Okay.
We'll figure it out later.
We're getting distracted. The laugh track's still going. Unfortunately, she don't have headphones on, so she can't hear it. So I'm just narrating.
So this nigga rose up with no ID. Granted, like at this point, everyone is just about 8. Everyone's over 18, so you
it was no excuse to
have an ID
to go out. It was kind of weird, but you know what I'm thinking?
What?
Like, was he a legal citizen? Because wasn't he Caribbean?
Girl, I'm pretty sure he was.
I don't know. I mean.
Either way, he's a grown.
Too old to know.
Exactly. Too old to
we
know
like,
better.
Come on now. And then we out in the city?
Right.
Where would
we were mad. Like, me and you were, like, really mad because our plan was to go to a club that night.
We have club outfits. House party outfits and club outfits are 2 different fits.
Definitely.
So, what ends up happening, though, is because our good girl, Esteban, she went to school in D.C., so she pulls up the group chat, and she finds a move. And that's when, you know, it gets a little interesting. So we get in the Uber, and she has we'll call him Drake. Oh, yeah. Because that was right after the, what was the Drake album that just came out? The one where he had.
It wasn't Views, it was Back to Back. That's when.
No.
Are you sure?
It was before Back to Back. It was the one where he had the floating head, that album cover. What is it called? It's like his second album. I can't think of the name of it. I might have to look it up. But yeah, so we get in the Uber and we're driving to the party. And you want to pick it up from there?
Yeah, I'll pick it up from there. All right, so it was free. So, you know, check one. We got to go in for free.
Well, no, we didn't pay for the Uber. The construction worker did. And he was like, where is it?
Oh, it's not that far. this is Esteban. This shit was far.
We were in the Uber for a minute. And so...
I mean, but that's, shout out to her. That's what you're supposed to do, girl.
Yeah, finesse the ride.
And then he's the reason, like, his friend's the reason why we can't go to, like, a club.
So we go to the house party.
So the house party was free. At least I know it was free for us. I don't know if they had to pay.
I was going to say, I don't think it was.
I don't think it was a poppin' house party like
Yeah.
that. Honestly, we were kind of, like, in our own world, dealing with our own things when we got
so
there.
basically what happens is we run into Chanel's...
see some familiar faces.
ex-boo. Like,
And,
nothing
like-
was the same. That album. I just looked it up. You guys.
It was bothering you?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So yeah, we run into Chanel's high school sweetheart ex. At this
And I
party.
mean, like, this, like, lost my virginity to, like, everything. Like,
And then and some other people that we'd grown, at least some people that I, like, grew up with and I knew very well. And so, like I said, we're dressed in our club fits. You had on, like, a white number. I
yes.
remember that.
I looked bomb. The titties was out. Yo, when I get back to that side, bitches better be scared.
Ooh, period. And like I said, I had on this cute strappy green top and this such a 19-year-old fit, like a black pencil skirt or something.
It is a 19-year-old.
Like a bodycon skirt, essentially. So we're at the house party, and these guys that, we just said that we grew up with and stuff, they're like kind of talking to us. And I'm like, my nigga, I've known you since I was like 11 or 12. I can't take you serious. Get out of my face. Like, but I didn't really like you. Like, you know how you grow up with somebody, you're like, I don't like them, they're annoying. I didn't think you were cool till like last year. Like, I need you to slow down your road. We're not there.
So my ex was like in my ear, like trying to spit game.
Yeah, and
like,
she was so mean to him. It was actually so funny. It's like, bro, don't talk to me. Like, don't. It was. I was cracking up laughing at her. Like, just.
I was not trying to curve him that hard, but at the time I was dumb in love, like over someone else.
She was. It was so mean.
And he, my first boyfriend, like he was a very sweet guy. Like he was.
She was so mean to him. That's why it was just so like, damn, Chanel.
He's a very sweet guy, but we always had that type of relationship. I was very spoiled, like when I was with him, like extremely spoiled. So
so as this is going on, then you got the jungle juice and all that stuff. We're chilling. I end up sitting on the couch, and then Drake comes up, and sits next to me, and then he's like, "Hey, Carson, to be honest, I'm kind of actually really feeling you."
Oop.
I was like, the gag. I was like, because I've heard this girl go on and on about this.
Esteban. She was working him into every conversation we were having that night.
Yeah, and even prior to that, she was really kind of feeling him. So I was like, ooh, I don't know what to do. So like after I get this information, I'm like, okay, Chanel, come here. So I'm like,
and I'm happy to be pulled away.
Bitch, hear this tea. And so she's like, oh my God. Because we're like, what do we do? Like, I don't want to tell her because like that's awkward. And like,
Very awkward.
he's still at the party. We're still at the party.
It was a ride.
Yeah, so we were just chilling there, and like, is towards the end of the night, and they're like, all right, let's go get some food. Maybe she sensed that Drake wasn't feeling her as much, because then we get ready to leave with the guys that we know from like growing up in high school.
Three Stooges.
Yeah, the other Three Stooges. That's like my favorite people. He's so cool.
Oh yeah, he's nice. He texted me like a few months ago
Aww.
to check in. I was like, oh, that's so nice. I haven't talked to you since like 2014. So
Yeah,
that's
like
really
I'm like,
nice.
he's such a good person.
Yeah.
Make more of them. But so
new crop of niggas coming. You just
Right.
gotta pray about it. New crop of niggas are coming.
period. Manifesting.
Yes. So we end up going to IHOP. Now there are a lot of characters where this IHOP story gets in.
Oh,
so,
okay. So prior to us going to IHOP, the reason I brought up that Drake album is as we're getting in that car, Drake comes out and is like, where y'all about to go? Like, oh, we about to just make a quick trip. So we then get in the car with them and leave Drake and his friend at a party where they don't really know where they are.
We have no idea what happened to them.
Yeah. So,
No
but this
idea.
is, we're Esteban's birthday, so we're kind of just letting her leave. And then the guy was so funny because he's like, "What about my CD?" Because he kept going on when we first met him about getting the new Drake CD and stuff. Because he, I guess, left it at the hotel room or whatever. LOL. So like,
Why
she
was
just
carrying around a CD in 2015, 2016 anyway.
I mean, they were still kind of a thing. But all I know is she just left him stranded at the party. And we are in the car,
Ain't
like,
shit.
8 niggas deep. I'm dying. I'm like, yo, that's so fucked up.
I wasn't that hung up about it. I was like, dang, we left him. Psych.
But the thing is, we didn't tell her about him hitting on me. So I was like, this is bad. But all right, so then we get to IHOP. And then that's when the story goes more toward you.
So we're in IHOP with the Three Stooges. Again, one of them happens to be like one of my exes. And high school, Chanel was a mess too because like I that you didn't like, I also messed with him for some time. And they're best friends. I don't think he ever told him. I hope not.
That's tea.
It's real team. You know, it's even more team. Remember when I said in episode 2 that I tried to give Cardi my leftovers? Mm-hmm. It was him. They had sex. I think a few times actually. The DMV is too small.
Not that. Girl, I just look at him like as annoying. Because he's our age. Didn't he skip a grade? I was like, I just
How?
people.
He's dumb.
But I'm like,
Fuck.
I think he started early or something. Like
that's possible.
They're like, he's not necessarily, he wasn't a good student. No. It's just weird. Because I remember when he first got a tattoo and I'm like, it looked like somebody did that with their feet. I was like, bro, I know his parents. I know like his younger brother. It was actually really interesting. I hope he never listens to this, but we used to play the same sport, and I remember when his young brother came out the locker room one time naked.
That's awkward.
In front of everybody. I will give my mom credit because she acted very quickly. She was like threw a towel in front of him, and I think he might have had some challenges. So
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But we were just had practice, just looking at that. I'm sorry.
All right, so that's we get to IHOP, and so we're there with the Three Stooges. I think one of their female friends.
I thought she just appeared out of nowhere.
You're right, she did. So there were the Three Stooges, our friend Esteban, and then me and Carson, right?
So there's 3-on-3. Essentially, I think it was 6 of us.
It's 3-on-3 plus this random girl.
But she wasn't in the car with us.
No, but she met us at IHOP.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
She met us at IHOP. So the reason why this random girl is important to the story because she was hitting on my ex like really, really hard.
It was not subtle. She was yelling
she was
it,
throwing herself at him, and I was just like, "Oh, girl, pick it up." And I can recall like his friends like looking at me like thinking that I would be upset. Negro, please.
Yeah, it was funny.
Please. I think, and did we pay? I think they paid.
Yeah.
For our food.
Did you and the girl say something, or am I just remembering this wrong? I feel like there was like tension or like, so did something happen?
I don't think there was tension or words. Okay. If I'm thinking that this is the same girl, so he was my ex, but when he went to college, he's a year older than us. So when he went to college, I did go to his dorm room a few times. You know, we hooked up a few times. One of those times, she was there. We hooked up the night before, and since I got, what I came for, I didn't really care about the fact that she came the night after. Didn't bother me. But she was really bothered by me because he wasn't going to kick me out. He, let me stay, in his room. And
while he was hooking up? Oh, this man's a pimp. Not you chilling outside.
So I went to visit him in school. Well, I really went to visit our friend Esteban because they went to the same school. Mm-hmm. So Friday night, we hooked up. I slept in, his bed or whatever. Saturday night, Esteban was a freshman. He was a sophomore. So as a freshman, he didn't have visitation. Like, no one could spend the night over their house or over their dorm.
Okay, this is completely off topic, but I just got this interesting Snapchat that I'll just let her read. It's a little explicit. I did tell him to paint a picture. This is like a throwback of, I guess, a situation.
I was the loudest.
Shh. Because they listen. Shout out to you.
We may have to. But yes, so I could not spend the night with Esteban in her dorm, so I had to. He wasn't going to kick me out, so I spent the night in his dorm again.
I thought
the girl came to visit him.
Oh,
and she was like, "Do you really have her here?" Still, I'm guessing she didn't know that we hooked up the night before, but he was like, "Well, yeah, what do you want me to do? Kick her out? I'm not going to do that."
Period.
So maybe that's where the tension was coming from. There was no tension on my part. I wasn't concerned about her. I was really dumb in love over someone else. I really wasn't even looking at
that
him.
nigga.
Yeah, I really wasn't even looking at
Was
my
that
ex the same way.
Wait, was that? Am I thinking of the correct guy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see. I don't get it with him.
I don't
You
get
know
it.
who he kind of looks like? Michael Jackson's brother, Jesse Jackson, Tito. One of them.
Not Tito.
I think it's Tito.
With him, I mean, that's a totally different story. Like, he was just older than me. He just made me feel really grown, and I think that's probably like what the real root of all that was. Like, I felt like such a grown up. Like, when I would hang out with him, that's probably honestly what it was. But either way, you can leave that part out because he's a saga. But that was probably the tension. Maybe she recognized me, or maybe she knew. There's probably tension because she recognized me, or she knew who I was. But there was no tension on my part. After a certain point, he wasn't even my type anymore. You know, like, you kind of just grow out of someone being your type. I don't think we would even work now. He messaged me a few weeks ago, like, to check on me. He was like, "Oh, I heard you're in a master's program. Like, I'm so proud of you."
Aww.
It's like, "Oh, thank you." He was a really good guy. He was nice. We just would not.
I would say I thought he was nice. He was chill.
Yeah, we would
like
not
he
work
was
now.
really cool. His friend, I was just like, how could somebody ever do too much and too little at the same time? Like, and I think I look at him
His
probably
friend
more
gave
like
me-
a sibling, but like he
Yeah.
just used to annoy the crap out of me. And there was another kid that we went to school with that like I used to like. I did not like him or his fat ass mama. And I'll tell you later. You probably know him, but fuck him and that bitch.
Okay,
That's
well,
mean, but you know I keep that same energy.
Well, yeah. So they paid for the IHOP. We did not pay for anything. I think we ended up paying for our Uber back to the hotel.
Yeah.
I don't even think we debriefed and we told Esteban.
No, because it was interesting because she then started talking about how, you know, he wasn't really feeling her and stuff. And then I remember we circled back about him and she was like, they met up again because she gave him the Drake CD that was so,
Important to him?
yeah. I mean,
Why, I don't know.
he's a light-skinned man.
True, but why would he want to hang out with her or meet up with her? We left him and his friend at a party
He really wanted the CD.
in the middle of DC.
He really wanted that CD. I don't get it either. I was like, y'all deserve each other then. That was a mess. But yeah, so that's this episode. Thank you guys for listening.
Who we blocking?
Who we blocking? Niggas that okay, creepy house party people. People putting bad things in drinks. Niggas who forget their ID.
Yes.
But like that doesn't happen now because we're actually grown adults.
Right.
And what else?
There wasn't too much. I mean, it's
I would
not
say I
this
like house
story
parties.
was- yeah. It's not like this story was bad. I mean, yeah.
Not really bad. So this is a cute little bop, bip, booty bounce bow to keep you through the week.
And next we're going to do RIP to Club.
All right. See you next Tuesday.
We out.
Bye.